you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here to talk about the Dougherty Dozen, and I know some of y'all are just so happy that I'm making this video, but we're going to talk about if I was going to, like if Alicia Dougherty was listening to this video, this is a piece of advice that I would give to her. And I know my advice ain't worth shit to Alicia and to most other YouTubers, but if she was going to listen to something that I had to say, and no, I can't contact her because I'm blocked on Instagram and y'all know how that goes. That's been ages ago. But I want to have this conversation because it is one of the biggest takeaways that I constantly think about when I watch her TikTok stuff on YouTube. So I wanted to talk about it with y'all. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so this is not going to be a very long video, but I was going through some of her TikToks from the last, I got to like 10 days ago. And there is a Walmart grocery haul that she did, and I picked up on something that we've talked about before. This is the oversharing of Alicia's children's bathroom habits. This is so mortifying, and I don't understand why she continues to show the same things over and over again that are embarrassing for her children. Now, in this Walmart haul, she shows, of course, everything that she's buying, and she shows that in her cart, right where she always places them, there are Depends, like adult diapers. I think that that's the right term to use. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think one of the really simple concepts that Alicia, for some reason, just doesn't understand, either she doesn't understand it or she doesn't want to understand it, is that not everything has to be put online. And I talked about this back when she was oversharing in New York with their hotel, and then she was oversharing at the beach, and then her son had to be escorted home by the police officers. They had, you know, weird kid fans showing up at their beach rental because she had overshared, and you know, it's very easy to figure out. Not everything has to be put on social media. And I feel like if there was one thing that she would actually listen to, it would be the stop oversharing. Stop oversharing information about your children, their bathroom habits. Stop showing that you're having to buy Depends and put them in your cart. So you show the cart on TikTok. Then people are wondering, oh, what kid is that for? Who's blah, blah, blah. People are curious when you give them the content to be curious about. And I know that a lot of her fans just think that she's doing God's work and she's just the best person to ever grace TikTok, you know, ever. And I just don't understand how you can look at her content even after this long and still think that she is doing everything right. As a Dougherty Dozen fan, because I know a few of them will come to my video just to leave their dislike and, you know, scream at me in the comments. If you are one of those people, why is it okay for her to share that her children have to wear adult underwear? How do you justify that? It's not educational. It's not spreading awareness. It's oversharing trauma that her children went through earlier in their lives, and she is utilizing that as part of her content. It is not for her to educate the public on what kind of trauma these kids went through. And if their trauma was so bad and they were dealing with this fetal alcohol syndrome, then why do we have someone who gloats about the amount of White Claw that she takes in? Please answer that in the comments. You cannot look at her presence and say it's all good, it's all great, she's an advocate, she's the best mom, lay off her, stop making videos, silence your opinion, when she's putting things out like this that are embarrassing and harmful to her children. I think that some of the Dougherty Dozen fans are either so young or just not mature enough, even if they're adults, to have the concept that money doesn't necessarily give the best quality of life. And the materialistic things that you are providing your children with doesn't necessarily equate to them being genuinely happy. And let's not get into the argument today of, oh, the kids look happy, because you don't live with them, neither do I, and I'm going off of her very toxic presence and the problematic content that she has uploaded onto public platforms. And I'm always going to err on the side of caution because I am a realist. I am not an optimist when it comes to what I look at on social media. I'm going to be a realist, and if anything, I might be a bit of a pessimist, but that's okay. Because I don't look at telling people that your, children, whether they are 6 or 16, have issues that cause them to have to wear adult diapers. That is so horrifying to think that she is okay with telling 5 million people on TikTok about her children and their previous trauma and the way that that trauma has affected them to this day. The other day, I had a kind of a moment of reflection, and I also had a moment of reflection back when I was covering the self-taught beauty situation, just because her content was so upsetting to so many people, and I was covering it from beginning to end pretty much. And I had a moment of reflection back then, and I felt like, should I continue to talk about her? Do I continue to cover her, or do I just throw in the towel and let it be? And there are certain times when I could silence my own opinions. But there are certain things that I come across online and my intuition tells me that I'm right. Maybe not about everything, but as far as feeling like this is either a good presence or a negative presence, usually my intuition is right. And when I thought about it and I reflected it, again, a few days ago, when it comes to my coverage of the Dougherty family, I had that same, do I throw in the towel or do I continue to cover them? And I came to the conclusion I'm going to continue to cover them because A, I think my intuition is right, and I don't think that this is a positive presence. I don't think that everything is glitter and confetti. Just because you're providing monetarily for these children, I don't think that that is all that they need, and I think that the issues outweigh the benefits, my opinion. But I know that bare minimum, even if it, months from now, if it's, well, my intuition was right, but nobody else on the internet agrees with me, even if it came out to be that way, I know and I can stand on the fact that I have not been hurtful, cruel, I have not bullied, I have not harassed, and I have not ever put confidential information out about Alicia or any of her children. In fact, I've gone above and beyond to blur their faces, not use their names, not regurgitate content that Alicia has put out, sharing their schools or sharing their school bus numbers or the name of the sports teams or anything like this. I have done my best to not continue to overshare what she has already chosen to overshare. So I am going to continue to cover this family, but I will tell you guys, it's not easy. Because some of these family vloggers have the craziest stans and fans. And even if the majority agrees with you, as a YouTuber, it can be tough sometimes to feel like you are just being painted out to be the worst person ever, even if you're doing your best to play by the rules. And I know that a lot of people have found me because of the Dougherty Dozen coverage that I have done. But I think that a lot of my longtime subscribers that have been around for longer than that can confirm the fact that I have not changed my content delivery. I am not being loud and annoying to get anyone's attention or yell and scream to, get my video to grab more viewers. That's just not what I'm here for. I am here to talk about the facts, and we're going to have a conversation about it. Are you always going to like my opinions? Probably not, because there is not a single person on this planet that I constantly agree with their thoughts, and that goes for me too. Because down the road, I have changed my mind about the way that I've looked at things, and that's just part of being an adult and maturing. But I guess I wanted to use this video as an opportunity to just say that it's not always easy, but at the end of the day, I can stand on the fact that I have not been what some of Alicia's fans might think that I am. I am not some kind of miserable bully who just has nothing else to do with my time. In fact, I have a very busy life, and I still make it a point to be very consistent with my uploads. And I'm not uploading half-assed content just, to throw it up on my channel. I want to talk about stuff that my community is interested in. And this month, if they're interested in this influencer, then you might see a little bit more of that influencer. And it just so happens that there have been a few months here in a row that Alicia is a very hot topic. And I am here to meet my community in the middle and give you guys stuff that I'm interested in, but also give you guys stuff that you're interested in. And I want to remain consistent and true to myself the entire way. And I feel like I've done a decent job at that. Have I been perfect? No. Have I made mistakes? Absolutely. Will I correct my mistakes? Absolutely. But this oversharing and embarrassing that Alicia is doing to her children really, really bothers me. And I cannot believe that it's continuing to be applauded. Y'all are applauding somebody who has exploited her children's trauma and then also shown that she is a massive hypocrite in the same breath. Y'all have applauded a woman who claims that she cares about her children, but then tells 5 million people on TikTok where they lay their head at night and where they go to school during the day when she is not there to supervise them. Y'all have applauded a woman who has said that her children could have addiction issues, and that could go with food, sugar, soda, substances, and in the same breath fed them candy, sugar, junk food, soda constantly. So it's just the constant hypocrisy, and I don't see how you can look at that and say she's the best person ever. Do I think she's the worst person ever? Absolutely not. But do I think that she deserves to be talked about? I do. And to finish out this video, I will say, if there was one thing that she, decided to listen to, I would say, for the love of God, please stop embarrassing your children. Stop embarrassing them. Stop giving away their privacy, all for the sake of constantly just flooding your platforms with this nonsensical, repetitive content. Clearly, there's some other things that need some attention aside from your social media presence. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. I am super excited. In 48 hours, I will be home. I will be in my bed reunited with my little axle, and yeah, surrounded by everything that I love, and I am just so happy. So thank you for being here. We're gonna keep going, but for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment, and if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.